What is up, people? And I'm just gonna say right now that I am not a dumb person. I am quite intelligent. I use common sense and critical thinking, and I think outside the box, and I don't think like normal people. Anyway, so one day I was online and I saw the flat Earth discussion, and I thought it was pretty just ridiculous, and I thought, I'm just gonna watch the video and just have a good laugh and amuse myself. And then I watched the video, and it was a well done video, and I had questions. I had a lot of questions. So I started looking into it, and 4 years later, 5 years later of hard studying, I determined the Earth is flat. Actually, now you can go to a website right now and just search top 10 ways to know the Earth is not flat. So these are just the mainstream answers to why they think the Earth is a ball, right? So let's just go through it very easily. I'm going to debunk all of them. Okay, so let's see. Number one, the moon. So they said that now humanity knows quite positively that the moon is not a piece of cheese or a playful god. The phenomena that accompany it from its monthly cycles to lunar eclipses. They're talking about, let's see, the shadows on the Earth. I mean, on the moon. So if they say, oh, they see the round uh, shadow on the curve of the shadow, right, on the moon. They're saying that that's the Earth creating the shadow, but that could actually be working the same way if it was on a flat plane and you had the sun and the moon. The sun could still be lighting that other half of the moon, so that still doesn't matter. That could still work on a on a flat plane. And also they mention here the Foucault pendulum is a definite proof that the Earth is moving. Let me see here. Let's click on this Foucault pendulum. Now, you know what? The Foucault pendulum, this doesn't make sense either because they suspend it, but they attach it to a structure. The only way this Foucault pendulum would actually prove that there was a rotation in the Earth, any movement in the Earth, is that if it was hovered over by a helicopter or something that wasn't attached to the Earth. Okay, something independent of the Earth. Okay, so that's wrong. Okay, if anyone says a pendulum's gonna prove the Earth's spin, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay, number two, ships and the horizon. Okay, this is a joke. Are you joking me? This is their evidence? Ships on the horizon. It's 28. It's 2019. Guys, wake up. Okay, we all know all have Nikon P900s. We can all zoom in and see that when the ship disappears, we can pull it back up again. Okay, so this is just our perspective. Just a bunch of bullshit. Let's go to the next one. Varying star constellations. So they say, oh, we can't see part of the sky, therefore it must be on the other side of a ball. Okay, now if we're living under a theoretical firmament dome where the actual stars are embedded in it and rotating, because a lot of people are now realizing that our Earth is an electromagnetic generator, and the firmament is spinning and creating in this electromagnetic charge, and the sun and the moon are affected electromagnetically. They are electromagnetically charged. The moon is the negative, the sun is the positive. Okay, and the center of the Earth is a magnetic center where the aurora borealis is originating from. Okay, so they say here that if we have a dome, then this is just the other part of the dome that we cannot see. Because again, we cannot see infinite. Okay, they try to trick us to say that we can see infinite. We cannot see infinite. Shadows and sticks. Okay, I've heard of this one before. So they get this mathematical equation creating the sun rays and the shadows at noon or something, at high noon, right? They get two different places and they measure the angles, and they can determine the height of the sun in the sky. Okay, so this works both ways. Again, if you say the Earth is flat and the sun is actually 32 miles across, then you're going to get the same answer as if you get the Earth is a ball and the sun is 93 million miles away, and however 1,000 miles large, right? Okay, let's see the next one. Seeing farther from higher. Okay, this one tricked me for a while. So they said that if the Earth, is round and we can see this little diagram here, you see that we're looking when we go higher up, we can see more. than we couldn't before. So they're saying that we're looking over the curve. Okay, but this is just nonsense as well, because when you go higher up of elevation, you can still see the same uh, object further out in view. And because it's so far away, since our eyes need light to view an object, we need the light to reflect off the object. Most of the light we see is not meeting our eyes, because the bottom of the tree, the light is being reflected and hitting the ground and not meeting it's meeting our feet pretty much. Okay, so this is more bullshit. Ride a plane. Okay, they say, oh, what, we see the curve? Let's see what they say here. There are no curved horizons. Okay, you can go on a mountain, you can go anywhere, okay, and you'll never see any curvature. If you do see curvature, it's because their windows are curved. They have convex windows, and that's why they trick you. Or they have a GoPro lens on a camera and they send it up, and then it's not really the curvature of the Earth. Okay, people have sent their own independent cameras, and it's been flat as flat as a pancake. You know, flat, flat, flat. Look at other planets. So they say other planets are balls, so that proves that we are on a ball. So that's like saying an ant living on a billiards table, that if he saw an 8 ball, that he said, okay, I'm living on a ball. Okay, you know how stupid that is? That's just retarded, okay? The existence of time zones. This is another ridiculous one too. If the Earth is a flat plane, okay, then the sun would be on one side of the Earth and the moon would be on the other, or the night would be on the other. The moon sometimes is in the day, so that's why I said that. Anyway, again, the sun would be smaller, so it would make sense. And again, the light does not travel at the same speed that they mentioned. Okay, light does not travel at the speed of light. You know, 386,000 feet per second. Okay, that's nonsense. Okay, if the light is that we all know. Okay, the sun is 32 miles across in diameter, and we know that the sun, the speed of light is probably thousands of kilometers per second. Okay. Okay, next one, the center of gravity. Okay, so let's see. There's an interesting fact about mass, and it attracts things to it. The force of attraction, gravity between two objects depend on the mass and the distance between them. Simply said, gravity will pull towards the center of a mass of the object. This is to find the center of mass. You have to examine the object. Consider a sphere. Since a sphere has a consistent shape, no matter where on it you stand, you have exactly the same amount of sphere under you. Imagine an ant, perhaps the same one of the previous point. Walking around the crystal balls. Hmm. See, this is exactly assuming that gravity exists and that we're in space, right? How do you even know? Like, there's no such thing as gravity, okay? There is no such thing as gravity. Okay, like, they are coming up with these things, right? These answers that are just, these, they already have an assumption, right, to it. Like, there is no gravity. There's just density and buoyancy. Okay, if you're heavy, you fall down. The thing is that people don't realize that liquid and gas are both fluids, right? So if you think about it, we don't see it, but gas is kind of like a fluid sitting on top of everything, right? So if we have a bunch of fluids and liquids, you know, like let's say we got water, right, and then we got oil, and then we got air on top of that, it's gas, right? Now if we had helium, that'd be on top of that. So the reason rivers run downstream is because the weight of the air above it is pushing down on it. That's why water is always trying to maintain level. And you'll never see water curve. Never. It's always flat. And they have like, you know, there's like 100-mile lake in Russia where it freezes solid flat, right? No curve in it, no big bulge. There should be a bulge in there. Okay, and the main reason I looked into this is because we cannot see we are seeing things that we should not be able to. Because if there's a curve, then there should be a blind spot, a hidden point where There's a curve and we cannot see beyond it because everything's underneath of it. There's curvature blocking us. But we don't see that. Okay, let's see the next one. So this one's a trick one. There's no such thing as gravity, so this one's bullshit. They say that if we lived on a plane, the further we walk to the edge, it would get heavier, I think. Whatever, bullshit. And then images from space. Okay, everyone knows now. You go on YouTube, you search NASA fakery compilation by ODD TV, Odd TV. You're gonna find the answers right there. 20 minutes of pure busting NASA's balls wide open. Okay, they've been lying about everything. So this is bullshit. Okay, I answered these 10. This is their 10 proofs. Okay, I answered this so easily. Okay, a joke. Okay, wake up, guys. The Matrix is real, and I have woken up from it.